Hi. So today I thought I'd do quite a short video, but an important one on the importance of studying history. I mean, obviously, I'm an advocate for studying history because, well, I am pretty much obsessed with it, as you can probably tell by the fact that I have a YouTube channel where I post almost daily ever since the 31st of January of this year. So, yeah, I like history. Which reminds me, I'm gonna take a little break next week because I'm gonna be moving to uni. So I'll be like gone for like a week, but then I'll return. Don't worry. Um, but yeah. Anyway, on to the topic about the video. Studying history is extremely important because this is very cliche. There are so many quotes of this, but if you study history, you learn from mistakes. I was talking about this just a few hours ago. There's People think as history and politics as two different careers, and it's quite common seeing people have like do a dual degree with history and politics, but or politicians with a history degree or whatever instead of a politics one. But I know why people separate them because they are pretty much the same thing. Politics teaches you about politics now and in the future. History teaches you about the politics of the past. So it's like president, like what happened before. It's literally a what to do and what not to do list. It's literally that. And it's, like I said, it's just a way to not repeat your mistakes. I'm talking about like large, like big scale. Nah, should I do this? Should I do? No. Like politicians, world leaders, that kind of deal. So, for example, let's just take the famous example of this, Hitler and Russia. Hitler decided to invade Russia in 1940, Operation Barbarossa. Problem is, he did invade in June, but it took way longer than he thought it would have. So he eventually ended up going into winter, and a lot of his soldiers froze to death, and of course were defeated. Now, if he had only just looked at Napoleon, who, by the way, also attacked, I think he also attacked in summer, but run into winter, he had the same problem. He wasn't properly prepped. If Hitler had actually done some research on it, he would have known to either really step up the attack at the beginning or carry enough equipment to survive the winter, because that really screwed them up. That's an example of negative, learning from your mistakes, or not learning from your mistakes, more like it. Another example, less common, is based on the 1688, 1689, around that time, Bill of Rights in England. These were passed by William and Mary right after they'd gone to the throne, which served as the base of the rights of the English citizen. These were quite good and served as the basis for the American Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution, written by James Madison. That is an example of one thing that really works being used again later, because hey, it really works. It shows that Madison did his research. The American Bill of Rights was written around 100 years, pretty much to the year, after the English one was, because the English one was written, say, in 1688. The American Bill of Rights was written around 1788. It's just, if there's something that works, keep using it. If there's something that doesn't work, don't repeat it, because it's not gonna work. For example, let's just use Hitler again, because Hitler is a really common example to use. It's really easy to understand. We now know how Hitler got into power. And Hitler is an amazing example of this topic, because 1922, Mussolini did the March on Rome. And Hitler in 1923 tried the same thing with the Munich Putsch. Did not work. If something works, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work after that, but it's worth a try. He saw it didn't work, so he changed his methods and used the democratic system to rise through German politics. And we know how he did it now, the legal revolution, the emergency powers, everything. We now know how he did it. And it's extremely fast. And not only getting up to becoming chancellor, but also what he did to become dictator or Führer. That was extremely efficient. But now, the world is kind of on alert. So if something like that happens, like if a politician starts to gain a lot of prominence really fast, using similar methods as to what Hitler did, it's gonna send like red flags everywhere, so people are going to be kind of warned. Yeah, yeah. Another example of something that didn't work and improve upon it. World War II is a really easy topic to use for this. The Schlieffen Plan in World War One, where they would attack, try to go for Paris through Belgium. Did not work. Well, they tried it, but they got caught. And World War One. But in Second World War, Hitler knew that he couldn't just do that. So he tried to invade France the second he saw he could, using a better method. And surprise, he actually won. He conquered, took over France. There's pictures of him in Paris in front of the Eiffel Tower. You know the story. He saw that you can't use that method, so you need to improve upon it, and it worked for him. So I've given you a lot of historical examples, but I'm going to tell you a modern one that for some reason people don't learn from it. Let's say the Holocaust. The Holocaust, I don't think I need to explain what the Holocaust was, but it was the genocide of Jewish people, but not only Jewish people were killed, also people with disabilities, because of their sexual preference, sexual orientation. Anyway, these people, because of it, let's just single out the Jews in this example, they were killed because of the religion of what they believed in. Now, it's quite surprising that not too long ago, it was uncovered that in China there were Muslim camps, quite similar to the concentration camps the Nazis had, but for Muslims. Why did that not send red flags everywhere? If you read the news, people were comparing it to the Holocaust, but they did nothing about it. Literally nothing. And that is an example of something that went terribly wrong in history, which we could have prevented, and people just didn't know enough on how to end it and whatever. I don't know, and they did it again. If they studied history, wouldn't have happened, probably. Could have, but not necessarily. And yeah, I don't think I need to stress that point enough, more than I already have, but you need to study history to avoid really huge mistakes. And like I said before, I'm not talking about me and you mistakes, I'm talking about politicians, people who actually influence the world. Because, the more people learn about history, the better the world's gonna end. Because the better, and become, I guess, I don't know the word, but it's gonna get better because you saw what it's trying to test it, and you know it doesn't work, but it does, and you just trial and error your way through life, and slowly the world's gonna move to better. But because of some people being ignorant, it's stuck the way it is. So if you're watching my videos, you're learning about history, which is quite cool because you're improving yourself and the world. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna leave it there. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow with another video. And then, like I said, I'm taking a little break, but then I'll come back because I'm not like about to do a history degree and not make videos on history. So yeah, I'll leave it there. I hope you liked it. I hope you found it interesting, and yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.